Let's be honest, trying to burn fat from those specific stubborn areas can feel downright hopeless. You know what I'm talking about. You clean up your diet, you start working out, maybe you even lose a few pounds. But that one spot, the belly, the thighs, the love handles, the face, it just won't go away. And sadly, that's when most people quit. But today, I'm going to walk you through what's actually going on. Why that fat is so stubborn, what your body is doing behind the scenes, and exactly how to get rid of it the right way. No gimmicks, no shortcuts, just the truth, and the plan that works. Here's the reality you need to understand. You cannot choose where your body burns fat. Let me say that again. Spot reduction is a myth. It doesn't matter how many ab exercises you do, you won't burn fat from your stomach. It doesn't matter how many glute kickbacks you do, you won't burn fat from your butt. That's just not how human physiology works. When your body burns fat, it pulls energy from fat cells all over your body depending on a wide range of factors. Your hormones, metabolism, activity level, and most importantly, your genetics. Your body is wired to store fat in certain areas more than others. And unfortunately, it tends to hold on to those areas the longest. So when you lose weight, you may notice fat coming off from your face, arms, or upper body first. But the lower belly, the hips, the thighs, that's the fat your body wants to keep. It sees those areas as safe zones for energy storage, and it's reluctant to let that go. Let's talk about genetics for a moment, because understanding this will help you stop blaming yourself for something you can't control. Everyone has a unique fat distribution pattern based on their DNA. Some people store more fat around the belly, others in the hips or thighs. Even people with the same weight and height can look completely different because of where their body stores fat. Here are the common patterns. Men tend to store fat around the midsection, the belly, love handles, and sometimes the lower chest. Women are more likely to store fat in the lower body, hips, thighs, and glutes, due to evolutionary and hormonal differences. Both men and women commonly notice fat in the face and neck, which becomes especially visible with even small weight gains. Some people are genetically prone to storing fat in their cheeks or chin, even if they're relatively lean elsewhere. So if you feel like you've always had a rounder face or stubborn lower belly, it's not your fault. It's just your body's default setting. The key isn't to fight your genetics, it's to work with them. Because while you can't control where the fat leaves first, you can control how consistent you are. So now that we've cleared up the myth of spot reduction, let's focus on the real solution. There is only one way to lose body fat from anywhere on your body calorie deficit. A consistent calorie deficit. That means consuming fewer calories than your body burns over time. When you're in a calorie deficit, your body is forced to dip into its fat stores for energy. This happens slowly, consistently, and across your entire body. But here's what most people get wrong. They expect the most stubborn fat to disappear first. That's just not how it works. That stubborn belly fat, it's likely to be the last thing to go. Your body starts with the easier fat deposits and slowly works its way to the hard-to-reach ones. So what do people do when they don't see changes in their problem area? They quit. They assume it's not working. But in reality, they were just a few weeks, or maybe a few pounds, away from the breakthrough. Fat loss is not instant, it's not linear, and it's not local, but it is achievable with the right approach. Now let's talk strategy. If you want to maximize fat loss and improve how your body looks, you should absolutely include strength training. Will training your abs burn belly fat? No. Will training your legs burn thigh fat? Still no. But here's what strength training will do. Build muscle under those stubborn fat areas. Improve shape and firmness as fat comes off. Speed up your metabolism slightly by increasing lean body mass. Prevent that skinny but soft look that happens when people only diet and do cardio. So yes, train your abs, train your legs, train your back, arms, chest. Not to burn fat directly, but to sculpt the foundation that will be revealed once that fat comes off. That's the real transformation, not just getting smaller but getting stronger, leaner, and more defined. Think of your fat loss journey like chasing a rainbow. It looks beautiful from a distance, but you can't just walk halfway and expect to find treasure. The pot of gold is always at the very end. Your belly fat won't vanish in the first few weeks. Your thighs won't slim down after 1 week of dieting. But if you keep showing up, day after day, week after week, your body will change. Progress might be slow. Some weeks you'll feel stuck, but then suddenly your face looks leaner, your arms are more defined, your waist starts to shrink, and finally, that one stubborn area starts to budge. So here's your action plan. If you really want to get rid of that stubborn fat, create a sustainable calorie deficit. Track your food, Be mindful of portions and focus on whole foods, lean proteins, vegetables, complex carbs, healthy fats. Stay consistent over time, not for a week, not for a month, but long enough for your body to make real, visible changes. Expect months, not days. Train your whole body, especially your stubborn areas. Build muscle underneath to improve the appearance and avoid the skinny fat look. Be patient and stop chasing shortcuts. Creams, teas, and fads won't get you there. Real results come from real effort. Follow a structured plan. If you need help building a calorie deficit, designing your meals, and creating a training routine. So now you know the truth. Stubborn fat isn't permanent. You don't need magic, you need a method. You can keep spinning your wheels chasing quick fixes. Or, you can commit to the process, put in the work, and finally get the results you've been chasing for years. Your body will change. Your problem areas will shrink. You just have to stick around long enough to let it happen. Now go get after it, and I'll see you at the end of the rainbow.